I know I'm a little bit early, but there's a weasel down here swimming in the water. I'm gonna see if I can catch him. I got a video of him I'll post after. He's just sitting right over here somewhere. Went for a swim and he popped up and stared at me for a little bit and then went for another swim. Good to see that blue algae is gone now. All these rocks were covered in blue algae. It was really gross. I should go back and through my old videos and do a short of how bad this lake was. I don't want to scare this weasel away. Cute little motherfucker. Oh. Where did he go? I was right here. Where's that weasel at? Trying to see this weasel. He's swimming in the water right here. That's why I started a minute early. Come on. Let's see this weasel pop up. Not gonna hurt you, little dude. I just want to see you. Last time I was here, there's two of them. So they're sitting there playing on the rocks, chasing each other. It was pretty funny. I'm gonna sit here for another minute, see if I can stir them up. Good time for me to have a smoke while I'm here. I'm trying to scan the rock line here, see if I see him pop up somewhere else, but he's right there where that one rock right there isn't covered in moss or algae. Well, it must be a shift change for the CP rail. And don't drop my phone here. Lose it in all these rocks. Where'd that little weasel go? I don't want to scare him. You can see where he's been eating crayfish and stuff here. Lots of remnants. Where did that go? Oops. Not disturb, make too much noise. Wow, that sun is bright today. Sitting here waiting for this weasel to pop out of the water. It probably doesn't help him making noise. He's right here. Right there. Scanning the rock line, I can't see him though. Well, so much for that. Let's get back onto the trail. Sit here and try not to kill myself or break my ankle. A little bit chillier today. Sun's nice and warm. Tempted to take my toque off. Toque is a hat. It's what we call beanies. Now, this is where we start. Well, I'm starting backwards. So, yeah, we'll do it this way. In April 4th, 1909, edition of the Minnedosa Tribune, reports. You know what? I'm going to finish my smoke. I'm going to finish my smoke first. No, it's not a joint, it's a cowboy. I'm just finishing this and then I'll start reading some pretty interesting stuff about this place. See if that weasel's gonna pop up or not. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Let's flip this around. April 4th, 1909 edition of. Oops. I reported a meteorite strike. Wow, that was weird. I have good signal, but I'll do it like this then. Meteorite striking Minnedosa, with a witness describing the location as being on the North Hills above the JNS Armage House, approximately 2 blocks east of Main Street. One resident stated it hit a large boulder on the hill and picked up fragments, describing it as a soft, then becoming hard. She described the fragments looking similar to red sandstone at first, and soon becoming hardened, took on a glazed or enamel appearance. For several years after, pieces of the meteorite survived with 2 local families and were popular conversation pieces over the decades. All pieces of the meteorites have been misplaced, and none are known to exist today. Wow, that's something I wouldn't want to lose. How do you lose a meteorite? Tell you the truth, I'd be putting that thing in a safe deposit box or a vault or something. All the fragments have disappeared through history. If they were that good of a conversation piece, you think he'd hold on to them. Oh, and then here we go. Let's do this. This is Lake Minnedosa. I'm standing on a dike right now. And down below is Minnedosa. There's lots of wetlands. There's bison over there. This is where they hold the fireworks for Canada Day. Next stop, fire hydrant. This fire hydrant actually has significance. I think it does work because I think there's a water line that goes all the way across here. Canadian Pacific Railroad, CPR, begun construction of a pipeline that would transport water from Minnedosa Lake to CPR Roundhouse and the yards located just west of Main Street. The water was required by the CRP for the use in the station roundhouse and for all the steam engines. Along the route of the pipeline, CPR installed hydrants which would serve as fire protection for large areas of Minnedosa. The pipeline was closed in 1961. During its 40-year lifespan, it proved to be of extreme importance as it served major source of water to the community. This is a big rail town here. Is this the good one here? Businesses of ice. I'll just briefly speak about this one. They used to collect ice from here for back in the day for people's ice boxes due to the fact that people didn't have refrigerators, and it also helped preserve your foods longer. Holding ice, cutting ice. In the wintertime, there's a big ice, I don't know what you call it, like a runway that goes all like way down the lake. I don't know how long it is, but it almost seems like it's about a kilometer long. And right now I am standing on top of where the water would come out for the Minnedosa Hydro Company. Well, not Minnedosa Power Company. This hydro generating plant was the second built, the first in which was also built at this same river. Brandon, blah blah blah. Oh, these pictures aren't showing up very good, but this plastic's not very good and see-through. Plus, it does face the sun. Dam and spillway. The dam and spillway were completed on March 1912, and then on June 2nd, 1912, the hydro plant began operation. So popular hydro availability residents rushed to acquire any electrical appliances. By 1919, power in Minnedosa outstripped production, and a 65 horsepower coal burning auxiliary was installed to increase power output in 1919. There were 233 meters installed throughout the town. So right now, I'm standing on top of the spillway that would go to the hydro dam, which has now been filled in. But I'll head down there and I'll show you. So quite a bit of neat stuff here. This town's actually quite significant when it comes to rail lines and hydroelectricity. Is this one important? No, I'm not going to read that. Let's go over to the spillway. This is where the water used to come out. Over the years, they've filled in all the holes and everything like that. But the water would come through the spillway here and they go all the way down to that pump house right here, that generating station right there. I remember this. And then here's the CPR pump house. This is where they pump water into town from the lake, supplying most of the town with water and the rail house. The roundhouse. In 1953, the pump house and water lines were taken over by the town and used to supply the original water treatment plant, with water for the residents of Minnedosa customers. In 1961, wells were dug to supply the town's water needs, and that time the pump house was no longer used. So they stopped doing this. Hey, Red. Checking out the second generation station ever created here in Minnedosa. It was finished in 1919. This is pretty interesting. This is how big the spillway was to the generating station. And I don't know how, I'll flip the camera around just to give you an understanding of how big this spillway is. This thing is massive, like way bigger than me. Really wish they'd kind of fix this one up. Over the years, it's kind of falling apart. Oh, this is called a flume. This thing's massive. Look at this, that much water to run some hydroelectric. Wait till you see the generators. Generators, just unreal. There's still remnants here of the spillway. They still have the concrete cradles here, which is quite interesting. There used to be more to this hydro building here, but this building was mostly used for the diesel generator that was to replace the hydroelectricity. Now, this is where we get into the fun stuff. This is one of the hydro generators. And if you know anything about electricity, you can clearly see that this is a DC generator. So it'd be run on probably a leather belt. and then pumped it into the belt would run into this building here. This is how you know it's DC. See these brushes? And for 1919, on focus, you fuck. Western Electric Co. generator, type M4, 30 volts. For this giant generator right here, would only put out 30 volts. That's 5.25 kilowatts and 175 amps. And just to let you know, 1 amp will kill you. Well, under certain circumstances, a half an amp will kill you. This would run at a 1150 RPM, and then come on, where's the wattage? I know it said the wattage on here somewhere. Yeah, why doesn't it say the watts? Well, anyways, at the top of the hill there, I believe they said this generator here would only create 65 watts of DC power. And 65 watts of DC power is not a lot. And DC power doesn't travel very well over long distances. So as this would power the town, the farther away you are from this generator, the dimmer your lights would be. And this is why we can thank Nikolai Tesla for the invention of AC power. Screw you, Edison, you thief. And then I'll head up over here. Here's an old coal, a farrier kiln for making horseshoes and other metal products. You know, you have to remember back in the day, like a lot of this stuff was all handmade, all hand stamped, hand hammered. Now to the Monroe blacksmith shop. This is the picture I have in my at the front at the beginning of the video here. They did have this open for a while, but it's hard to come here when they are open because they don't really advertise very much that it's open. We have an old sawmill here, deep belt driven. That's pretty nasty. Talk about safety back in the day. Virtually none. Virtually none. I've been in this building a couple times. It's quite neat. Everything's belt driven. And I don't know how they would have belt driven it. During Christmas holidays in 1935, the two-room schoolhouse at Crocus Hill burned down as a result of a fire. Well, duh. This building was erected and used as a temporary school. What? Was used as a temporary school June 1936. In November 1936, building was purchased by Roy Monroe and was moved to Crocus Hill site to Roy's farm to be used as a blacksmith shop. The 16 by 24, 16 feet by 24 feet structure was skidded approximately 2.5 miles by a team of horses. Roy then moved all his equipment from a small blacksmith shop into the building, in which was used faithfully until 1986. 1986, it was still being used. I was born in 1984. So this would have been just still being used as a blacksmith shop. His retirement was forced by ill health and was a total of 50 years old of dedication and service. Wow. The 16 by 24 was used as a schoolhouse. Wow. Imagine cramming all the kids in there. That's interesting. And then it was picked up and skidded off to his property. Quite amazing. Sorry, I'm going to be zigzagging and back and forth because it just works out that way. the structure, look at how they built this stuff. And this is all hand built. And look at this lock and key construction. There's absolutely no way this building would ever like pull apart. As it gets older, well, even still, and when it shrinks, you probably have just enough moisture to keep everything tight. The Manly Nordine House. The Manly homestead was built in 1880 on the northeast quarter, blah, blah, blah. The Richard Manly family and their youngest son, Emud. The style of the house was unique and built into the south side of a riverbank, making it a split-level house. Oh, interesting. Split-level house. Over the years, the house had various additions and improvements, finally being covered with insulated brick siding, which enclosed the entire structure, preserving the original log house from other elements. The Emud Manley family lived in the house until 1896, when they sold the property to John Waddell, who and sold the Carl Nordine in 1990 for $1,200. In 1990, this house was sold for, or the property. The property was sold for $1,200 in 1990. That's like $100,000 today. No, more than $100,000. Figure that out for inflation. I'm going to have to go back and figure out what that is for inflation. And the house became property of the Minnedosa Heritage Village in 2004 and was taken apart and rebuilt in the village in 2006. Not a very big house, but like they said, this was built into the side of a hill and they turned it into a bi-level, which is quite interesting. There's a schoolhouse right here, schoolhouse and church. Most churches and schoolhouses were one of the same. But now we're going to head back over to the power station number 2. Number 2, 1920. This is when they put the diesel generator in to help supplement the power from the hydroelectric. Manitoba Power Commission, 1920. Powerhouse number 2. This is the second hydroelectric dam ever created in Manitoba. On this site in 1913, Minnedosa Power Company erected Minnedosa's first hydroelectric power station to serve the people of the community, which with additional of a diesel generator added in 1920. If you could see up there, it says 1920. So this would have been where the diesel generator would have been put, is in this building. Minnedosa connected the provincial network in 1930. The hydro station was phased out in 1933. The diesel generators were kept for standby services until 1944. This property was turned over to Minnedosa for recreation purposes by Minnedosa Hydro in 1980. Interesting. Very interesting. And then here we're back to the spillway. You can see way up there is where the water came up through the spillway. And you kind of see the, oh, what did I call that thing? And it would come down here all the way to this wheel, which would power the DC generators supplying Minnedosa with power. This has been recreated. That brick is far too new. Well, and due to the pressure treated wood. The water wheel. The water wheel was installed at the north end of the fish pond in August 2001. It's a professionally built the wheel. Oh, dude. Oh, no. That's just a recreation of what that was. It was just a recreation. So I'm assuming that's hydro station would have been over here behind me, beside this building here. Ugh. Sorry, my nose is dripping. Ugh. I'm gonna spillway. People taking their dogs for a bath in that water. I would not jump in that water. I was gonna do a Dr. Squatch commercial there. Just come up here. Park wherever the fuck you want. The Hunterville United Church. Hunterville Presbyterian Church first held service in October 1904. It was originally situated at the junction of Highway 10 and 24. Previous to the building of the church.
Just having a visit?
Yeah, I'm just taking a look around.
Oh, nice.
Could I come inside with you?
Yeah, sure. I'm sit on the board.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, we're doing our Christmas lights.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just waiting for my guy that does the lights. But no, if you want to see inside.
Oh, that would be awesome. Thank you so much.
Are you from here?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, not originally. I live here now. I've been all over the place. Paul, Brandon, lived in Quebec for a while. Oh, this is
Nice.
beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you so much.
And I want to look around.
Oh, for sure. The furnace right here, wood burning furnace. See, this is how they'd run all the piping, so they could utilize the um not reflective uh radiant heat from the pipe. This is them moving the church. Oh, this is a joy, you guys. Unreal. Yeah, this is really nice. Thank you so much. Just perfect timing, I guess.
Yeah, we're open about July 1st. We just have kids that come and visit before that.
Yeah.
And then we close just after the September month.
Began. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's yeah.
And the pump organ. Pump organ, use these as bellows to run the organ. This is really nice. Oh, this is so cool. Bell piano organ core. Does it have a where they made this? Ontario. Guelph, Ontario. Yeah, pump organ. Interesting. Very neat. Oh, this is a treat, you guys. This is very cool.
It's very solemn.
Yeah, it is. My buddy has a church in Beresford. It's south of Brandon.
Oh,
He had purchased a church.
Okay.
He uses it for recording music because he likes that tone.
Yeah.
The acoustics are really nice for it.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, this is nice. Wow. Oh, and is that another organ? Yeah, another organ. Oh, this is a different type of organ. Unreal. This is so cool. Look at all the pedals down there. Wow. What a treat, you guys. United Church of Canada. Wow, this is really nice. What a treat, you guys. I didn't think I was going to get to see inside any of these buildings today. I really like this pump organ. This is unique. A buddy of mine has a pump organ. Like I was just telling the lady here, my buddy had purchased a church in a small little town. There's probably about 10 houses. Purchased a church for the acoustics for making I don't know what type of music you'd call it, but no electronic music. Interesting. People sit here, warm their hands up. I'm surprised they don't have any hand warmers. Old lights. And it smells actually half decent in here. It doesn't really smell old. This is really nice. Wow. Look at that. That is amazing here. Dun, 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 dun. No, I'm not getting married. I'm assuming this would have had a basement due to the fact that the chimney slopes down through there, through the backside. Very neat. Very, very neat. I used to be a wet inspector, and I'll tell you this right now. This would not pass inspection. But they'd use the radiant heat to
These are
keep
the
everything.
lights here.
Yeah, very cool.
And then I bought. And good luck.
Oh yeah, awesome. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. And then these ones.
Oh, that was awesome. Wow, that was awesome. I did not expect to get in there. Just right place, right time. They're about to hang Christmas lights right now. That's insane. Yeah, I missed the timing for when they opened this up. The Haverlock School. Here, I'll back up so you guys can see this. Old schoolhouse. All the windows are on the other side. And this building would have been placed with the windows facing to the south. The Havelock School was built in 1910, but contracted by Mr. Bigelow. The one-room schoolhouse was constructed at a cost of $1,650. The school was originally located 3 miles south of Minnedosa along the old Highway Number 10. Havelock School opened in 1911 with 40 students on the register, grades from 1 to 8. The school served the families of Havelock District for 55 years before closing in 1966. The school was then sold to Minnedosa Museum for $1, then moved into town. For years, the school sat beside the original museum on First Avenue Northwest. In 1997, the school was relocated and preserved and present to its present location and became part of Minnedosa's Heritage Village. Very cool. Very cool. Number 1514. Let's see how they put all the windows on the one side. So this building would have been facing the same direction as it is right now. Windows facing to the south. So you have the sun of the sun heating up the inside of the school during the daytime. I don't see any remnants of a chimney or anything, but that probably would have been removed years ago. Very cool. Very, very cool. It's crazy that they're going to hang up Christmas lights. Oh, it's awesome. I should get a hold of the Heritage Society here and see if I can get into some of these buildings. Do a better life. Oh, they have the Christmas lights set up on this one now, too. Christmas lights up. Sneak around these Christmas lights and trying to remember whose house this was. So hard to keep track of everything. The Caterissis house. This house was built around 1910. The latest additions constructed around 1915. The farm was bought by the Dickey family in 1917 with waterworks and electric Delco plant installed at the same time. Frank and Chrissy Dickey lived there from their marriage in 1921 to 1945. The farm was sold to Lori and Jenny Theory. The house was moved, blah, 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 in 1999 to here. In this building, this is interesting. This is an old show building. People would bring their cattle and livestock here, and they'd auction them off. There's actually still a few of these buildings in the rural parts of Minnedosa. If you drive the back roads, you can run into them. There's one a little bit bigger than this, just north of here, between, about how many miles would it be? Probably about 20 miles from here. No, not 20 miles, about 10 miles from here. Doing the conversion 2.2. The Octagon Building. Octagon Building. The Octagon Building was built in 1904, Minnedosa or agricultural grounds. It was built to promote agricultural fairs and the turn of the century. By the late 1960s and 70s, the interest in the fairs declined, and the building fell into disrepair. Minnedosa Museum community expressed the interest in restoring the building and relocated it to Heritage Building. The building was moved on May 2nd, 2007, and placed on a new foundation. The restoration began in 2008 and would see new cedar shakes, lap siding, and paint. The balcony and veranda were restored to its original plan, and new windows were installed in 2009. The interior was restored, allowing the building to once again be furnished as a display building. Agricultural Display Building, 1904. Kind of looks like a beer vendor. Dun, dun, dun. Can I get some beer? There's the office right there. Sorry, that sun is brutal. Hope I got good shots of that inside of that church. And windmill slash water pump. Oh, might as well go read that one. Oh, it actually looks like they have a well here too. See the well thingy right there? It's interesting. Oh, this was also what they'd call a weather station as well. Interesting. I know I'm pretending like I've never seen all this shit before. Windville, Oak River, Manitoba. Oh, it was donated. Office there. Oh, if you guys are from Canada, you guys remember these Orbeez? Used to sit on the side of the highway. I remember that all across Canada, we'd have these little Orbeez. little space domes. And what they do is these would be along the highway and you drop your garbage off. We didn't have recycling back then when we were using these though. But yeah, this was what we just stop, pull over on the side of the highway, throw your garbage, and highways departments would come and pick it up. After this building here in the train station, I'm gonna go see if the Bison are still here. That was cool to get in that church. The Hopkins Log Building. The Hopkins Log Building was built approximately in 1930 by Clan William area farmer Ben Hopkins. The northeast of Clan William. The popular logs came from a farm 1 mile north of its location. Mr. Hopkins did most of the work to the barn by himself, including cutting and hewing. That's what that's called. I'll show you what the hewing means. I just lost my the hewing of the logs. His nephew helped with hauling the logs, and a neighborhood bee. Do you guys remember neighborhood bees? You'd all get together and help each other out. Neighborhood bee was arranged to install the roof. The log barn was moved to Heritage Village in the fall of 2003. A number of minor repairs, such replacing the bottom logs, were completed on site. And the corrugated metal roof is original. The roof is original. See the patina? Lots of patina on there. Okay, hewing. That's what I was trying to remember the name of. Hewing. This is called hewing. This building will never fall apart. The more outward pressure, the tighter the logs get. And these were all handmade. All handmade. Oh, this wouldn't have been cement though. This would have been a certain type of plaster they would have put in between the seams, or moss. But you can see where they redid the bottom logs here. And then until the hewing isn't quite the same. That would have been a feat to just replace the bottoms of these, because just matching everything up. But the consistency is good. All handmade. That's pretty cool. I wonder if I can see inside. Windows are pretty dirty though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got some stuff in there. Oh, they got some old tools and everything in there. I wish I could have hung around in that church more. And this is what they call the men's shed. It's a group in town here of old retired guys, come here and do stuff, fix up things. They got all the little jiggers, the old rail cars, all covered up because they just refinished them this spring and were put here. Men's Shed Club. Good to see they actually put snow stops on here. That's an old pump car. That's a diesel jigger, which is all refurbished. Doesn't run though. History of the rail house. Here's the roundhouse where they pump water. Oh, here's the roundhouse. No, that's the roundhouse right there. It was destroyed in a fire. In the photo left, blah, 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 operator suffered heavy blow in 1908 when the CP roundhouse was leveled by fire. Early railroad employees included firemen and engineers. Uh, and Minnedosa here has some of the steepest grades for trains to go uphill. So they need to get a running start to get up there. There's the bridge that crosses the river, which doesn't look much different today, just modernized into concrete. It literally looks the same. And then actual train station, I should run over there and take pictures of that. That's how you know you're in Manitoba, the land of the bison. Oh, they have their phone number here. No. Oh, it's pretty cool. Oh, I should have asked her if the bison were still here. Recreation of a train station. This is all relatively new. I think this was built in 2014, I believe this was built. It was pretty cool. Oh, one thing I forgot to talk about. In 1948, the dam here had breached due to over flooding and actually wiped out a little bit of this town. A lot of the brick and concrete structures managed to survive, but a lot of people did lose their homes. Yeah, pretty cool. There's a lot of history here. It's good to see that they like try and preserve this stuff. Building a teepee right there. Kind of, it's like the teepee I was walking by yesterday. Oh, I'm really happy I got to go into that church. Super cool. Kind of want to go see the bison, but to tell you the truth, I don't think they're there. Oh, yes, they are. Okay, we're going to go see the bison. It's going to take me a little bit to get there. We won't be able to see them from this side, so I'm going to pick up the speed a little bit and try and get over there as quickly as possible. Here's that spillway. Goes all the way from that hydro down there. Some ducks in the water. Yeah, let's go see the bison. These bison don't mess around. The guy who actually owns these bison, he leaves them here for tourists and stuff. And he was gravely injured in the spring. He had introduced a new bull into the group of bison, and very unfamiliar bull. And I guess he was a bit of a dickhead. He was a bit of a dickhead, swinging bridge. I tried to get Sandra to walk across here. Yeah, she didn't like it. That's too high for her. She won't even climb a ladder. Trying to think which would be the easiest way to run over to those bison. I think if I take the eastbound road instead of backtracking that way. Oh, back to the story about the owner of the Bison. He had introduced that new bull, unfamiliar bull, and apparently he didn't like it there very much. And he started picking on the babies and the cows. And bull ended up eviscerating one of the baby calves, just horned it to pieces, just ripped it right apart. So they were coming in to remove that bull, and the owner, not paying attention, got a little too close to that bull, and it put its horn whoop up his number 2 chute, paralyzing him and giving him some rectal problems. I don't know what his condition is now. Come on, StreamYard. I want Zoom. There we go. You can see the Bison right there. There's 2. Oh, and then there's one walking, coming up. Even if I get a little closer, I don't think I'm going to be able to see it properly. Sun's going to be in my eyes. It's funny how people want to go see the Bison. Oh, how majestic. Let's go see them. Those things will frickin' kill you. And then there's the dam here to the north of me here. We've had a couple of floods through here. Can I maybe get a good shot of the Bison from here? There's 4 of them out there. These things are big. I might be able to get a better shot if I go up and around. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Go around that way to the south end of the park. Ooh, what kind of poop was that? That wasn't deer poop, and that wasn't dog poop. Scat. Skitty scat. I'm a scat man. Do dee dee doop doop doop. Sorry, I'm picking up the pace here. I don't think I'm going to get a good shot of the Bison, though. But that church was pretty cool. And as a wet inspector, that chimney definitely wouldn't fly today. Too many connections, too far. But to be fair, they probably kept that chimney clean quite regularly. And if you guys notice, there's that ring there that come on, think. The radiative heat ring that they had there, it's actually really hard on stovepipe. So what it does is it creates creosote, because you're cooling down the flue gases through that ring before it actually makes it out the chimney. And that's how you have chimney fires. I don't know what timestamp that was, but if you go back, I think it was about 20 minutes ago. Go back and take a look where I was in the church there. Just happened to be at the right place at the right time. One of the members of the Heritage Village Society happened to show up, seen me reading everything there. Fuck you, bitch. Fucking bitch. Sorry. This fucking cunt just drove by. Fucking can't stand her. She's one of these two-faced motherfuckers, pretends to be real nice to you, and then as soon as you turn your back, shake hands, that fucking guy, me. You know what? I'm gonna find out if you talk behind my back. You know why? Because everyone here in this fucking town has a big fucking mouth. Do not attempt to feed or approach the bison. It's funny, a while ago, there was a guy here leaning up against the fence trying to get a picture, and one of the bulls slammed into the fence, and man, he must have went flying like 14, 15 feet and launched him. Like, this fence has some flex, like, even if I was like, I'd probably want to be like more, maybe 2 arms length away from this fence if there's a bison standing there. Oh, they're all running that way. Oh, are they going to the feeding post? That's exactly where I'm walking right now. It's pretty cool. And then since I'm going this way anyways, I might as well take the rail line home. Well, not home, to where I'm staying. Still trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Need to find a job. My wrist is never going to be 100%. It's going to definitely no more swinging hammer. It's really fucking sad because that's all I've done for the last, I don't know, pretty much my entire life. I've been in construction or some form of swinging hammer. When I say swinging hammer, it's just a general term for, building things, contract work. Well, the sun might just crest for us to get a good shot of the bison. I always get confused here. There's this like little gate. You think you want to walk like through here, but then you get stuck at that dead end. This is where they load up the bison. And bison and buffalo is 2 different things. Buffalo are extinct. Well, not extinct, but on the endangered species list. Bison, there's lots. And this is Manitoba's national animal, besides the mosquito. Cool, yeah, they're right at the feeding post, so it's going to be great. Oh, there's Dan. Oh, no, that wasn't Dan. You know what's funny? When everyone heard about these tariffs kicking in and the cost of vehicles going up, everyone bought brand new vehicles. And now everyone with these brand new vehicles, something breaks down or breaks on your truck or your new vehicle, can't get parts. So now they're all up shit creek. Like, everyone's, I don't understand people. I don't understand what the fuck's going on. Can I just hop down this hill? I think I can. Okay, I'm almost at the bison. Just a couple feet away from me. No, I'm not going down there. Here, let's do this. I'll get a nice high shot. The last bison. Camera. Oh, that's a shitty camera. Bison. Wonder if they'll come over if I get down closer. Normally they get it. When they see you there, they get interested to see what you're doing. Sometimes they think you're gonna feed them. They had taken these bison out of here for a little bit this year. Last time I was here, they were all gone. They weren't just hiding. I don't know. I'm just looking through a tiny screen right now. Probably better for you guys to see. And I don't know. It kind of looks like they took all the babies out. There's no way they grew up that fast. Definitely no way. There's a big one over there by that air feeder. See if I can get one to come over here. These things are massive. Absolutely massive. By the looks of it, they got that mean one out of there. I think they had to shoot the mean one. That would hurt that guy, hurt the owner. I kind of wish they had like a trail you could kind of walk through the center of here to see them. It's funny that they're all hanging out over here. Things are massive. Oh, yeah. Well, I got to see the bison. I don't know if you guys could have seen them. Maybe I'll have to come out here earlier in the day. I don't know how often they come out here to feed them. Trying to think, should I backtrack this way? Yeah, I think I'm gonna backtrack this way. I'm gonna pull out a cowboy though. Un momento, por favor. There we go. And yes, I smoke cowboys. Oh, what's today? Friday? Oh yeah, I should actually head back because the Blue Jays game is on today. Blue Jays versus Yankees, 7:10. 7:10 Canadian Central Time. I know they're playing in New York, but they're going to have two games in New York, and then they're going to have two games in Toronto. Notice I say Toronto. It's like Quebec. It's Quebec, not Quebec. And it's Tirana. It's not Toronto. Tirana. Tirana. Gotta open your mouth. Tirana. Open your mouth sideways. Tirana. Oh. Let's see where the bison. They make a mess. They dig massive holes, these bison. They dig these craters and then they lie in the cold soil. But with something that heavy in this marshy area, it's not hard for them to chew everything up. I'm gonna probably go live next week on Wednesday if I can get somebody on. Sent out a couple emails, no replies. And then I did a little background check on just to see how everyone was doing. But the people I've emailed have kind of went dark on YouTube for a bit. So I don't know if something happened to them. I hope they're okay. Ugh. Hold on a second, my nose dripping. Hold on. Oh, and if you guys want to watch the Blue Jays game tonight, MLB 24 all dot IR. Huh. I just caught up to those people again. They went the long way. I came the other way. A little bit of a slew here. It's kind of funny. The people who live in this town are, there's a lot of wealthy people. Another fun fact, Brandon, Manitoba has the most millionaires per capita in all of Canada. I don't know if it's because of the taxes and the price of housing or anything like that, but yeah, most millionaires per capita, per population. It's people from like Ontario. Like the guy who has the Chevy dealership, he has, I think, 17 dealerships across Canada. And yeah, quite wealthy. There's a guy who owns a whole line of Pizza Hut franchises. He's a millionaire. His son actually owns a bunch of properties here in Minnedosa. His son's young too. I think he's about 30 years old right now. He's already a millionaire. But it kind of helps when your dad gives you $1 million to play with. I wish somebody would give me $1 million to invest into something. And yeah, my smoke keeps going out because I got slow burner papers, some zigzags. And what I've noticed lately is, well, it's not new, but they got rid of the zigzag, man, on the zigzag papers. There used to be a biker club. I wouldn't say it was a puppet club. It was a division of the 81s called the Zigzag Crew. And they did all the heavy lifting, if you know what I mean. They did all the debt collecting and dirty work, all the killings. And the leader, Hannibal, he's stabbed to death behind a 7-Eleven in Winnipeg, which is kind of funny because I had just run into Hannibal probably about 3 weeks before he was murdered. And the guy charged with his murder was never charged due to the fact that all the witnesses recanted their statements. I wonder why. Yeah, they gutted him behind a 7-Eleven, sliced his belly wide open and watched his guts pour out. But that's because Hannibal was doing some side jobs and not paying the commission, wasn't paying his dues. And tell you the truth, I think the guy who actually killed Hannibal is actually now dead. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. Get rid of witnesses. It's another thing about being a hitman for a club. You want to be a outside hitman, like a contractor, because they have no problems killing their own. I'm gonna head this way and hit the rail line up. Show you guys the bridge. Hasn't changed much over the years. It pretty much looks the same as what it did in that picture, just not made out of wood. Oh. I figure out what I'm gonna do for smokes. Sell my soul to the devil. Go back up to the top of that hill where that tower is and go to the crossroads. Pretty much have to use the train bridge to cross right now. Surprised there's nobody fishing right now. There's always a lot of people fishing along here, walking alongside the river. A couple of years ago, the water was so high it was at the top. This is the train tracks right here. The water was right up to the top of the tracks. It actually breached up and over the tracks. My buddy almost died in his house. The rain came down so hard, so quickly, it flash flooded this whole town. And by the time he realized what was happening, he went to run downstairs to kill the breaker panel, kind of save his house, and he didn't realize the water was right up to the top stair. So he fell into the basement down the stairs and almost drowned. But his neighbor just happened to break into his house at the right moment, about to grab him, tell him to get out, and just started reaching into the water, the base of at the top of the stairs, and happened to grab him and pull him out. And Bill, he and Sandra had to go get Bill's shoes, clothes, and everything. He lost everything. Yeah, could not go back to his house. But his house was in pretty bad shape beforehand. Kind of a shame because Bill was pretty mad at me right before he died. There's some stupid shit. And I don't know. I gotta get up on top of these tracks. Hey, birdie. Oh, there we go. Oh. And then we got the Canadian. Oh, since I'm here, I'm already over the 1 hour mark. I might as well take a look at this train. This is pretty interesting. I got some pretty cool stuff. I don't like that camera. Give me more camera features. Canadian Pacific. This was just painted, finished painted this spring. Somebody ripped some shit off. If you guys don't know, these are run on diesel, but it ran a generator. I'll show you something really cool underneath this train. See, there's a big gap right here. This is where the electric motor would have went. Oh, forgot I had my camera stand. Oh, okay. Okay, so here's the drive wheel where the electric motor would have sat here and ran the train. So diesel to electric to that big cog right there. Yeah, pretty interesting. I guess that electric motor is probably one of the most important parts on here. Pretty interesting. Be cool to get up inside there, but I've seen some kids fiddling around in here and they couldn't get in. And there's a caboose. There was another electric motor on the back here too. Let's go see which. Is it this side? Yeah, you can see the other gear right there. So there would have been another electric motor right here driving that gear wheel. So it would have just been two-wheel drive electric motor. I don't think there was one on the back side here. No, it would have just been two-wheel drive. Two electric motors running this thing. It's kind of cool. And the caboose. Part of the chimney still sitting there. I'd hope they'd have that chimney blocked off to prevent moisture from wrecking this anymore. Oh, but they have fixed up some of the steps. It's pretty cool. Bison. Okay. Okay. Okay, my friend's son just, well, I don't know if we're friends anymore, but my previous friend's son just walked by. I don't know what the hell happened there. I don't know if he wanted to, finally get out of the house and kind of live on his own. But someone told me they had seen him the other day and looked like he had lost a lot of weight. It's funny, you can actually get arrested for walking on here. And what's funny about this town, this is one of the only places in Canada where it's not illegal to jaywalk. It's actually in the bylaws. You can jaywalk wherever the hell you want. Wow, everyone's got their studded tires on already. Sun Chinese restaurant. One of the best Chinese restaurants in Western Manitoba. Sun, there's RDs there. Very expensive. That RD's restaurant, very expensive and not very good. Well, certain things are good, but just fucking expensive. Oh, I know. Need a new job. What do you guys think I should do? I'm not working at a lumber yard again. Could go work at Home Hardware. There's all Home Hardware on this side here. We have this building here, that building across the street. And we have the town laundromat. It's pretty cool. Oh, I like that truck. There's a Chevy 1500 regular cab, short box, 4x4, lowered. Looks really sexy. I had the chance to buy one with the V8. It had the, what is it, 6.1 liter V8, but it was an iron block. And my buddy was going to sell it to me. It only had 20,000 kilometers on it. He was going to sell it to me for $16,000. But then when I went to the bank, they're like, no, I'm not going to give you a loan because you paid off your loan too quick, your last loan too quickly. But that sucks. Getting punished for paying your loans off quickly. I think they're just pissed off because they didn't get any money out of me and I didn't pay any interest. So absolutely ruined my fucking credit. Tempted right now to sell my soul to the devil just for a job, a good job. Sell my soul to be a politician. That'd be pretty funny. By the time I get back to where I'm staying, should just be just in time for the Blue Jays game. Blue Jays game starts in 45 minutes. Well, 50 minutes. Oh, here's that truck. I like this truck. Short box, regular cab, lowered. Nice. And it's a Chevy. Ooh, nice truck. Be nice if they still made sticks. I don't like automatics. Almost every vehicle I've ever owned is a stick, except for my one S10 I had was an automatic. Well, it was an S15, and then my Toyota Camry SE. But my Porsche standard, my mini truck S10 was a standard 4-speed with a 4-cylinder, and then my Sonoma 4x4 regular cab short box was a stick with a 5-speed with 4.3 liter. I wanted to turbo it, but I ended up jumping it into a pond. Yeah, Dukes of Hazzard stuff. Hey, Tony. Everyone's cruising around. Everyone should be at home watching the Blue Jays game, getting prepared. And then Bo Bichette's back on the roster for tonight's game, which is nice. He's off the injured list. So I'd like to see him get a home run tonight or some good hits. Trying to remember what happened to him. I think he got hit in the wrist with a ball, so he couldn't even bat, couldn't even throw. But he seems to be in better shape, so he can play tonight. So that'll be good. But I would like to live stream the Blue Jays game, but I did that already, and YouTube caught on to that real quick. Wow, I pretty much walked all the way around town. That's pretty crazy. And then the town bowling alley. This bowling alley is always up for sale. They also have pizza here. It's called Gutters Pizza. Not really a great name for a pizza place. Gutters. Yeah. More like de-gut ya. Well, truthfully, I've never had their pizza. People say it's okay, but I don't think they make their own dough. They just use generic frozen crust. And you know what's funny? It's not hard to make your own pizza crust, pizza dough. Like, it's so simple. Yeast, salt, a little bit of sugar, flour, I think a little baking powder. That's it. Simple. You wouldn't even have to measure it out. Just look at it, taste it before you add the water. You should be able to know. I like cooking. Did a lot of cooking this summer. Well, I had nothing else better to do with my broken wrist. Oh, kind of wish I had a joint to smoke, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm okay without smoking weed. I think when the last time I smoked weed was, I think it was like a week ago. There's a nice little motel here that no one ever fucking remembers. Everyone always asks, there's got to be a hotel. The other hotel is not very good to stay at. Apparently the one in Erickson is really nice. They refurbished all the rooms. They got one room that holds 6 people. They're hoping to bring in snowmobilers for the night. Stay at the bar and drink during poker derbies. And where that hotel is, it's called the Trans-Canada Trail. It's an old rail line that they had torn up. Goes all throughout Canada. You could either walk, quad, horseback ride, dirt bike, all the way across Canada on that trail. It's quite interesting. Only issue is it takes quite a big jaunt north. Oh. Well, I I guess that's it for today. I'll sit here and talk for another 4 minutes. Maybe have another smoke. Ugh. Ooh. Ooh, my back's a little sore after that long hike yesterday up to the hills through the winter trail. I think I had more fun doing that than the Heritage Village again, but it's just repetitive. Already done the Heritage Trail, I don't know how many times, or Heritage Village. Oh, what am I doing? I don't need that. Right there. So that one, yeah, it is. But that was interesting. You get to see the the church there. I'm gonna have to go back through my video and start doing some timestamps. And it's funny, I'm watching my own videos and I keep forgetting to put timestamps, and that's the whole point of me rewatching my videos. So, nope. Oh, and then what's for supper? I'm gonna have some ribs and some French fries. Cooked up a bunch of ribs for Thanksgiving last weekend. And I know Thanksgiving wasn't last weekend. We just had ours last weekend. It was the week before. Sorry, in Canada we have Thanksgiving in October. And then was it November? I don't remember when Remembrance Day is. I think it's in November. It kind of sucks. I'm really trying to get StreamYard to allow a zoom my video, like zoom focus, so I could get some better shots and stuff. Or I could just do it myself and upload the videos later. I guess I could do that, and then I could just hop in the chats after, which I have yet to do. I don't think I've ever uploaded a video onto StreamYard and then joined in with chat after. But it is what it is. Yeah, my back is a little sore. Could be the way I was sleeping last night. The other day I woke up and I thought I'd fucking been having dreams that I wake up or I have MS, multiple sclerosis. I don't know, I always have nightmares of that where my legs don't work. Yeah, I don't know why that's a nightmare of mine, but yeah, my legs just don't work. I had one nightmare where I had MS and somebody carried me up to the top of the hill on a wheelchair and then threw me out of the wheelchair and was like, okay, come meet me at the bottom of the hill. It's like, my legs, they don't work. I can't. Like, yeah, it's a pretty messed up nightmare having MS. Like, nobody in my family has MS. Oh. Blue Jays game, 30 minutes. Well, 25 minutes. We'll see what happens. Kind of hope there's a lot of people in the States that are going to be cheering on for the Blue Jays. Because I know there's a lot of people that don't like the Yankees. With this whole US Canada trade bullshit and stuff like that, there's probably a lot of people that want to see the pennant stay in the States. But that'd be pretty cool if Canada did bring the pennant to Canada. So I don't know. But yeah, that's it for now. I'm gonna go get cleaned up and go watch the Blue Jays game. And I'll do a post for you guys. If you want to watch the Blue Jays game, go into my posts on YouTube, and I'll have a link there for you guys to access. It's a little complicated. You're gonna have to. Oh, it's complicated to get onto. Um, but you can watch it for free, and the stream is actually pretty good. There's like very little buffering. Yeah, good quality, good video. But it's MLB 24 all dot like the semicolon dot, but dot and then IR. And you can watch all sporting events, football, baseball, hockey on there for free if you guys don't have like Sportsnet or anything like that. But I'll leave a link in the description. Um, I'll probably just text some of my other people, but for all you guys that I don't have your number, you can watch that. Or I'll text you. And I'll leave a description too. But anyways, everyone have a great night and have a good weekend. Tomorrow's supposed to be really nice. Um, yeah. So everyone have a good one, and I don't know, don't do anything I used to do. Okay. Peace out. Love you all. Waka, 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 waka.